Hello everybody, welcome back to the Sensitar Fragrance channel. Thank y'all so much for being here today. It's a pleasure to have you as always. So if you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Even share the video if you're feeling generous. So today we have a very special challenge video. Now y'all might be familiar with the 4 fragrances for life, or the 4 fragrances for each season for the rest of your life that's been going around. And I've already done that challenge. Now this challenge is even more difficult. I think that this one was concocted up by Redolescence and Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Shout out to you two, you're great guys, love you both. And I was tagged by Stefan Fragrance. Now he's a great upcoming YouTuber, so shout out to him, and I'll link everybody in the description below. So, and I'll tag 2 people at the end, so stay tuned for that. So this tag was especially difficult because I like to pick and choose fragrances that fit my personal taste from each brand. I don't tend to have a lot of brand loyalty. Just like my music taste, I guess that might be terrible to some people. I know there's some people who are huge fans of Creed and some huge fans of Dior and some other brands out there. So this one was perhaps the most difficult challenge I've done yet. I went back and forth with perhaps choosing Creed. I especially love Serge Lutens, and if I had more time to sample some of their fragrances, I would definitely, I think I would redo this challenge and choose Serge Lutens. But, and I even thought about cheating and choosing some fantastic clone houses like Al Haramain. But I had to settle on the beauties and the quality that is Les Artisans Parfumeurs. So if you're unfamiliar with this house, I guess some people might consider them designer, but they're definitely very high quality fragrances. The fragrances are more expensive, but they're really not out of the reach of the average person. If you're willing to look for a deal, you can get these fragrances below 100, and if you pay full retail, I think they're closer to about 150. But there's some great deals out there to be had. You can, believe it or not, get these fragrances from as low as $50 to about $70 sometimes. So fantastic quality, fantastic deal for the juice if you get your hands on any of these. So the first one I had to start with, if y'all know me, if y'all know some of the, fragrance heads, they're going on. There's a few of us, and we're just in love with Timbuktu. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this fragrance, you're going to get a beautiful green mango, not much sweetness to speak of. You're going to get beautiful high quality resins like frankincense and myrrh. You're going to get like a soft spicy feel that's very well rounded and soft. Nothing aggressive here. You're going to get a dry kind of a desert feel and a very unique incense kind of note. The notes here are very unique and I believe African. And the story goes that he was trying to recreate how old African culture, how they would perfume their clothes with their incense and kind of in a house, and the fragrance would just linger and linger. This stuff has great performance and the quality is undisputable. This stuff smells amazing and beautiful and natural. It also has kind of a vetiver feel. So if you love vetiver, I highly encourage you to get your nose on this one. And it's a fruity fragrance, or a slightly fruity fragrance that a masculine man, a manly man can really appreciate and wear. So perhaps this is the first fruity kind of fragrance you can wear if you're a guy that, likes to wear Dior Fahrenheit and the like. So Timbuktu, I'm just in love with this fragrance. I didn't know that I would fall in love with it this much. I can't live without that fragrance. So for summer, it's none other than Kalinga. So, oh man. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're familiar with this house, Batacuda, I think that's how you say it, is a wonderful fragrance and is more citrusy. But this fragrance has a similar DNA. It's a very lively, beautiful, kind of fruity fragrance without being sweet, without being too much. It has a beautiful fig feel. It's very well composed and kind of light and airy, but still has some complexity behind it. This fragrance is really hard to describe, in my opinion. It's like a fig fragrance without the green, and a tropical fragrance without the sweet juice. If you're familiar with Pomelo Paradis, imagine something that's kind of like a little bit more mature and a little bit less playful and sweet. This fragrance has excellent staying power for what it is. In the high heat, it's magnificent, and it's very easy to wear. This definitely is a unisex fragrance. So, ladies, if you ever want a sweet fragrance, or no, really a fig fragrance without too much sweetness, a fruity fragrance that's, not cloying or particularly girly, just something very natural, something perhaps very slightly on the herbal side, I definitely would recommend this. This is a beautiful fragrance, and I'm so glad that I went out there and that I found this one. I don't think this fragrance gets a lot of attention. This one and Batacuda should definitely be getting some love in the fragrance community. So get out there and try this one. I love this fragrance, and it's one of the highest quality fragrances that I've ever smelled. And I picked this beauty up for, I think, a little bit less than $80. And this is the full size bottle. So beautiful stuff, beautiful quality. I can't talk. That's another fragrance. I just can't say enough good about it. So for the fall, I settled, even though I think Dezing, I think that's how you say it, is wonderful as well. I settled on Safran Turbulent. Again, I don't speak French, so I'm trying to say these things. It's a beautiful, kind of slightly leathery, slightly spicy saffron fragrance. Saffron is one of my most favorite fragrance notes. It's kind of aldehydic, it's kind of yellow, but it's classy. It has a little bit, saffron can have a little bit of its own animalic kind of vibe going on, but it's still clean, very classy. And this fragrance, it has a lot of character behind it, and it just has a character of its own. So you're gonna feel a little bit wild, perhaps playful, wearing this kind of fragrance. It has a lot of character and charm. I think Saffron Turbulent is an excellent fragrance, and again, this one's unisex. So if you're a lady, you can get out there and wear this one, or Dezing if you'd like to. It'd be very interesting. It'd be very different, and again, though it smells very high quality for what you get. A very interesting fragrance, and I really like that one. It's wonderful. Now the last one is one, honestly, that I've only smelled very little. I need to test it more, but I need to put this list together, and this one is Noir Exquise, or Exquisite, perhaps is what it means. Now this fragrance is a little bit darker, but it's never too much. It has a soft cardamom feel that feels almost a little bit gray, perhaps slightly getting into the La Nuit de l'Homme territory, but never too much. This fragrance still has its own character for sure. It seems a little bit floral. It has a little bit of an interesting dry down, where the florals really hang on, but they're never feminine. They're really unisex, and it has almost a dryer sheet vibe without being too much or synthetic. It's really a wonderful fragrance. It's really classy as well, but this one's a little bit more understated, but it does seem to be able to linger and hold on to your skin for a good amount of time. I do feel like this is an excellent fragrance for dates and a date night. If you're a very interesting person, a very, big character, it's a wonderful fragrance. And I definitely recommend that you get your nose out there and try it. In my opinion, it's perhaps a little bit more artistic and perhaps performs a little bit less than Endymion, which definitely I need to do a review on that one. So thank you, Stefan Fragrance, for, doing this. I'm sorry if I took too long talking about these fragrances. I really need to do full reviews of each one of these. So this was especially difficult. And in the flip of the hat, maybe if you asked me tomorrow, I'd be saying I'd have a whole new list from Serge Lutens, because I simply love those, you know, their style, their fragrance, the quality they put into their juice as well. So thank y'all for being here. If you stuck around to the end of the video, I did take a little bit of time today, but please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll definitely see y'all next time. I upload Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I also have been uploading very regularly, just about every day. And I will be having a link for a buy one, get one free from Scentbird. And also, if you follow that link, I'll get a free fragrance as well. So if you want to support me, and if you've been interested in Scentbird, please do so. And I'm not sponsored or paid by them in any way. But thank you all for being here. Thank you for doing all that you do. And I'll see y'all next time. This has been the Scent Fragrance Channel. And I'll see y'all, and bye.